Let's keep moving on here. Here we go. We know it's potentially Big Ben's last year, and we'll see what they do at quarterback. But here we go. We get a nice little quote here from Art Rooney II. Art Rooney is aware this could be it for Big Ben, saying, quote, if this is his last year, then next year we'll be making decisions on a quarterback. So, yes, that's, we lose a quarterback, we make decisions on the next quarterback. Yeah, classic right there. But let's see if we can get in this article right here, because we know there's really no good backups here in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's Mason Rudolph, it's Dwayne Haskins, it's J.K. Dobbs, folks. It's like, no disrespect to them, but they're all trash. No disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but they are all kind of trash, unfortunately. We gave Dwayne Haskins the benefit of the doubt last season with Washington. I mean, he was the third string last season, folks. He was a starter, and then he fell down to the third string because he was absolutely not good. And then you have Mason Rudolph, who, once again, was just absolutely not good. Had a kind of a full season to win the starting job when Big Ben was out 2 years ago. And what did he do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So let's see what kind of Pittsburgh's mindset is going to be next season. Are they looking in-house? Are they kind of truly set on drafting a quarterback? The Steelers could be good this season because everything is kind of in place for them to be good this season. So that means a high draft pick or a low draft pick, however you phrase it. It's a high draft pick in the round, and all the good quarterbacks could be gone. So it is going to be a little tricky for the Steelers to navigate getting a good franchise quarterback here. But let's see what their kind of early plan is, if there is any, and if they are sharing it with us. So here we go. If Big Ben's long and winding NFL career doesn't come to an end after the 2021 season, it might not come to its end in Pittsburgh either. Steeler president Art Rooney II indicated Tuesday that bringing the club's longtime starting quarterback back for 2022 isn't out of the question. Ooh, this is interesting. Alrighty. Quote, it's not written in stone that this is his last year. It is kind of written in stone, kind of, but, anything can happen. So we are expecting it to be Big Ben's last year, but, if he's looking real good, he's feeling fresh, and he comes, at the end of the season, he's like, yeah, I think I could go for one more. It's going to be up to Big Ben, his own discretion and his own decision. And, like we just said right there, they would be open to bringing him back next season. He is kind of the face of the franchise, and the Steelers have already kind of been doing this man right. They brought this man back in for this season with not a lot of money, and, they would, I'm sure, gladly do the same. Hey, we can get a good quarterback for no money. Yeah, we'll do that. No problem. That's kind of everybody's goal. Nobody likes to overpay quarterbacks because then you can't get all the other pieces that you need, and then you don't win Super Bowls. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. So let's see what else we get here in this article. At 39 years old, Roethlisberger is entering his 18th NFL season, all with the Steelers. The club re-signed him to a one-year contract earlier this year with a pay cut of $5 million. So exactly what we just said. He's like, hey, I want to play here. I don't care about the money. I've made my money. I don't need any more money. Money's good. Yes, just give me $1 million. Give me the veteran minimum. Roethlisberger threw 33 touchdown passes last year and helping the team to a playoff berth, but his play tapered off toward the end of the season, and the club lost to the Cleveland Browns at home in its playoff opener. Quote, we are aware this could be Ben's last year. We hope it's a great one, Rooney said. That's as far as we can go with it right now. Obviously, if this is his last year, then next year we'll be making a decision on a quarterback. So that's all we got here. 2 quotes, nothing great, and we get no further information on what they are truly kind of looking like with their quarterback search after Big Ben, because, like we said, it's going to be hard to get like a top 15 draft pick because the Steelers are going to be pretty solid, so you're not going to get it like a top 15 quarterback, and then you don't really have anything on your team. So this is really why I think it's real smart, because Deshaun Watson pretty much probably isn't going to play this year. I think the thing that happens to Deshaun Watson is that he gets placed on the commissioner's exempt list for this season while the entire thing plays out with the sexual allegations and all that, sexual assault allegations. And I think the Steelers could be smart in going out and trading for Deshaun Watson this year, knowing that he doesn't need to play this year because Big Ben's here, but next season, then you've got another franchise guy right off the rip. And obviously, it's all going to come down to value on what you have to give up to get Deshaun Watson. But the Texans listing Deshaun Watson as their fourth string quarterback really seems like they're expecting him not to play. So they really can't imagine, or really shouldn't be believing, that they're going to get 3 first-round draft picks like they've been saying that they're wanting. So if the Steelers can come in and get a nice deal done, maybe I would honestly give up 1 first-round draft pick next season to get Deshaun Watson. I would kind of take that risk because I don't need to win right now. If he is on the exempt list and then he can play in 2022 and I got Deshaun Watson for 1 first-round draft pick, that's a big old steal, folks, and that will just show the kind of long thought process that the Steelers are truly putting in, knowing that they really don't have any viable option for a quarterback next season, nothing on their team, and not getting one with a high draft pick, an early draft pick. So I really think the Steelers should kind of take, it is a gamble, no doubt, because we don't know if Deshaun Watson will ever play again. We don't know if he'll go to jail, and we don't know, he could even be fine to go this season. So try. With the Texans listing him as the fourth string, there's something up with that. There is something up that is kind of not totally known to everybody. It really seems like the Texans are expecting him not to be able to play this season. So Steelers, go out and try to get that great deal that you can make with the Texans to lock up Deshaun Watson next year when there is no more Big Ben, and you definitely don't want Mason Rudolph. You definitely don't want Dwayne Haskins. You definitely don't want J.K. Dobbs as your next man up. So we'll see what the Steelers go out and do, but I think it's a safe, good, calculated, smart investment of a bet to try and get Deshaun Watson. I don't think I would do more than 1 first-round pick, 1 first round. If they want a second, maybe I throw in a second, but I'm definitely not giving up 3 first-round picks. 2 is a little 2 and nothing else. 1 and maybe something else, I think, is the kind of deal that I would definitely agree to do. So we'll see what they do, folks, and we'll see if Big Ben comes back next year. We'll track his progress, absolutely. Seeing if he's feeling good at the end of the year. But, just kind of right here, not great. We get Dwayne Haskins talking, and we just heard from Dwayne Haskins in training camp, not looking real good early on, so classic there. We weren't expecting anything big from this man. But we get this, and I want to see what this man is truly saying, because this is a little interesting to be said. But here we go. Steelers, Dwayne Haskins says he's, quote, trying to make it a competition with Mason Rudolph for QB2 role. Dwayne, you were QB1 in Washington, and then you fell down to QB2 when Alex Smith took over, and then you fell down to QB3 when Taylor Heineke took over for the playoff game. So you were number 3 with Washington. You think now you can go out and compete number 2 for the Steelers? I mean, it's only Mason Rudolph, so yeah, you have, pretty easy competition there, but you're not that good yourself. So I love the optimism, and I don't like to knock any players or people for their optimism, but when it's this kind of bad, when you're like this bad, and all right, let's see if we can give him the benefit of the doubt here. Let's go into this article and see what quotes we can get. Let's see if he's saying anything meaningful here. So here we go. The current Steelers' third-string quarterback is expected to get a load of playing time this preseason, beginning Thursday, when he should replace Mason Rudolph, starting for Big Ben Roethlisberger at some point in the first half. Alrighty, we are going to have to keep note of that because we got football on tomorrow, folks. Preseason football starts tomorrow. How great is that? Steelers, Cowboys tomorrow, Thursday Night Football. Absolutely fantastic. And we are going to kind of guess the spread. This is going to be our first guess of the spread, prediction of the spread of the season, and then we'll come in with our official pick tomorrow on the show like we do in the NFL season, where we guess the lines on Thursday and make our picks on Friday after sleeping on those lines. So we're gonna predict our first line here today. Fantastic, of the season. Cannot wait. So we'll keep that in mind, that Big Ben's really not going to play that much, and it's going to be Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins out there for preseason game number 1 most of the time. But let's get back to this article. Pittsburgh has made it clear it views Rudolph as the backup, but Haskins is trying to make that decision tougher on the staff. Well, you got your work cut out for you, because everything that we've seen from him has just not been good. We've given him, folks, you can go back, all of our shows are from last season are archived, and we've been giving Dwayne Haskins the benefit of the doubt every single game for as long as he was there. We're off of him finally, folks. And it's going to take something really good here to get us kind of back into good graces with him. But quote here by Dwayne Haskins, quote, "I'm trying to make it one. Trying to make it a tough decision." All right, that's the first quote. All right, good thing we got, that's the only quote that we got from him, actually. The next quote's from Mike Tomlin. So, all right, glad that Dwayne Haskins is saying a lot of things out here. All right, Haskins joined the Steelers this offseason after spending less than 2 years with Washington, who made him the number 15 overall pick in 2019. The midseason release was a wake-up call to Haskins, who has said all the right things as he works in the background in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he has kind of been saying all the right things, but at some point you have to have your play do the talking, and that's where he runs into a little bit of trouble. After struggling both on and off the field in Washington, reports out of Pittsburgh suggest Haskins has improved his decision-making, getting the ball to open receivers, and even added a little movement out of the pocket. All right, little dual-threat game with old Dwayne Haskins. Love it. Quote here by Mike Tomlin. "He's grown by leaps and bounds." Ooh, okay, maybe we can buy into Dwayne Haskins. Back to the quote. "He does a good job of communicating with coaches, with players, gaining an understanding of what we're trying to do schematically and his role in it, gaining a rapport with the receivers specifically, trying to do the things that we want him to do in the drill works. In the drill work that we do, we've made an emphasis that drill work is football-like, but not necessarily football. And so we have certain things that we emphasize under those circumstances. I think he's done a nice job of that. I think a lot of guys have. So he's kind of, praising Dwayne Haskins, but, also that little last line in there, I think a lot of guys has just kind of once again just saying, yeah, everyone's kind of doing good out here. We're all doing good. We're all improving. We're all getting better. So Dwayne Haskins is still quarterback number 3, and he'll be playing in this preseason game to see what it's all about, folks, and see what he can do here with the Steelers' stacked offensive roster and Najee Harris behind him, and just see how he does. So Dwayne Haskins trying to make it a competition. But we wouldn't bet on that. We would not bet on that.